a chance to kind of climb up a lead on the leaderboard here. Because if NB is able to put up yet another 20-bomb performance for even one more game, it's going to officially be a race for second place.
It is at this point, if the consistency from NB continues, then it is a solo man tournament, and then everyone else is competing for second to third. Last season, was it just Try that did a similar take, if you can remember?
Yeah?
Last season, who came through with a similar performance?
I'm not sure who came in with that performance last season, to be honest.
Remember the grand finals we did?
Yeah, well, the problem with that is I do a lot of these commentaries, so I'm not really, and I see a lot of these teams put up really good performance. So differentiating a single one is going to be difficult. I have like a 2-week span.
Right now, we got NJ coming in with an elimination over here, which is very good, and as well as getting the revive, finding himself in a good position. But right now, my feelings are hurt. How do you not remember a tournament we do together? Like, come on, man.
I promise you, I remember the experience of doing it. I don't remember the details of the teams. But I really that was the first time we commentated together. I really enjoyed the experience. But the teams, I cannot be asked for about that one right now.
Well, it makes sense. God. It makes sense, honestly. But I think it was, I'm not mistaken, if anyone in the chat can also confirm, I think it was Just Try that did come through with that performance over there. But
oh yeah, wait, no, Just Try is consistently good though. So is it Just Try?
I think that so. JT could have been them. I don't know. But honestly, like, to see a similar take coming into this grand finals as well is definitely juicy, and as well from Outlaw Noobs. I don't know, like, I haven't seen a good performing Outlaw Noobs, especially in the qualifying week rounds. They were not there as much as I thought they would have been. But now they're like, I don't know. Did they change the roster? Is the roster still consistent?
Yeah, it feels like they had a revamp on the roster because the Outlaw organization is actually properly big. I think they have 3 teams officially, 2 male teams and 1 female team. The Outlaw Noobs, Outlaw Syndicates, and the Outlaw Pixies. I'm not sure if the Pixies still compete, but I think they swapped out the players on the Noobs and Syndicates just to see what new team synergy feels like, and they might have just hit the gold mine with this current Outlaw Noobs lineup because God Aaron, he used to be a player for the Unholy Gods, and now he's coming in with an Outlaw Noob tag. I was very surprised when I saw him in the recent streams I've done, seeing because I thought he was honestly going to stick to the Unholy Gods till the day he ended his career, but it seems the transfer season was perfect for him as he is performing better here than he did with the Unholy Gods. He is switching to a sniping role, which is unexpected, but he is performing very strongly on it. He used to be a fragger. He used to just absolutely dive right in. But switching up to more of an anchor role is with a good supporting team around him is showing his absolute strengths. Because we're seeing 12 eliminations from a single player. When he's not playing training, he's not playing against bots. He's playing teams that have absolutely been fragging the same way he has for the last 5 weeks. So what is different about this one player? Unlike for Armageddon, however, they will be losing 2 players, struggling to pick up an elimination. Will they be getting eliminated? Faz OP will be the first team to be getting eliminated here. Ira, what do you think is going to come in from these teams?
Honestly, Armageddon, 2 players remaining there for himself, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what that looks like. We've got Vent Esports right now at distance, and that's Habib, who's got a sniper at hand and just trying to get some shots in. Supreme as well, just in similar positioning. There's some gunfire just ahead, and he's taking massive damage. It's Timmy who's going to come in over there and take him down, and that's going to be All-Star Niger who comes in with the knock over there. Habib also getting knocked, and Supreme Habib down. King Hydra, La Yoot also taking a disengagement position, trying to run away and maybe get a buyback at a later stage.
Next, Esports also need to figure out a way to pick up eliminations and get back in this game because currently it's not looking so good for them on the general standings. They're currently sitting at 7th on the leaderboard. They need to make it up all the way back to the top four, and they're not pretty far from it, actually. If they can pick up eliminations, they will definitely climb up on this leaderboard. Like, the difference between second and seventh is literally 5 points. Notice how I didn't compare the first, because that is well over 50-something points.
Yeah, definitely. But 7 to 7 being 5 points is also quite crazy, because then you haven't secured your prize pool money just yet. Anything is possible to jump outside that top 4. And just look at the bullet feeding coming out from WLC. Honestly, feeding his oppositions with a full plate of ammunition, and as well as picking up some knocks over there. And we can see Nitro, and again pushing into the position to sort of get some confirmation. Rotates coming in from WLC, and it does look like he's going to land exactly on his opponent to the left over there. WLC now trying to take some shots at distance, and it does manage to connect. And it is going to be Valor who goes down over here, a teammate from Valor, Hirori, who goes down.
It's not looking good for Valor Esports, as they lost Hiyori to a nasty one-tap from an SVD. I thought Esports are also struggling to stay in this game. They have a single elimination, but they do not seem to have enough coins to get their teammates back in. Again, the kill feed, we did notice Aaron get eliminated, but Extreme Juniors are doing pretty solidly for themselves, picking up eliminations back to back. They're currently sitting on, I think, 7 eliminations. They could go double digits quite easily here. Going double digit is definitely going to help them climb and try play, because they're currently playing catch up against a team that is Outlaw Noobs. Outlaw Noobs currently sitting at 51 eliminations from 2 matches. A team that could catch up to them is Extreme Juniors, because they're still putting up consistent numbers, and they can absolutely, if done properly, take that first spot from the Outlaw Noobs. It's not guaranteed yet, because it's only map 3. It's still 3 more matches left to be played. Who could come out with a victory could switch with a single map if a team is able to drop 40.
Let's see what that is capable of. We've seen 20 kills. We've seen it back to back. It's possible. If you're taking a script out the page from Outlaw Noobs and repeating it for yourself, it's there, it's valid. But if you see the mastermind plays that are coming out from Outlaw as well, the positioning that they had in Purgatory was absolutely phenomenal. You know, finding themselves on opposite building on height, and then it was the positioning to go into where the likes of the oppositions were, but on top of their building, and then placing out those landmines, and then there was literally no going out of that building. The zone was shrinking, and that was forcing them to then rotate. But with the way they surrounded that entire building was absolutely good. We can see the likes of Armageddon back into play over here, but however, already finding himself getting knocked once more on one of their players, and that is due to the fact that they are deep in zone.
The Outlaws will currently be sitting on a total of 11 eliminations. Valor Esports are struggling to have their teammates back into the game. Sitting with 3 eliminations, they are down to only 2 players. It's not looking good for them. How are the All-Stars faring, though? We haven't seen much from the All-Stars beyond getting eliminated, because it's not been the greatest of days for them today. Extreme Juniors doing good, but they could be doing a bit better, as they're currently losing Ray.
Let's see exactly what that will be looking like. Leonox, Ray, Dilo Sharon on a rotate. Extreme Juniors just chilling on this rotate and managing to get a vehicle to help it push the rotates coming in. Nemjugo right now just chilling.
Brothers SA is also another team that we haven't seen much of a performance for. Let me take a look at the leaderboard real quick to see where they stand. They're currently standing at 6th on the leaderboard. They're doing pretty good, although they've not really made a splash in today's games. We haven't really seen them as a powerhouse or just a team that's absolutely dominating on the kill feed, because Outlaw Noobs, we always see action coming in from them. But Brothers, we're barely seeing action, but somehow they're sitting with 11 eliminations only.
Yeah, but this game does look somewhat good for them. I mean, 9 kills so far and picking up another knock over here on Roro High, and as well as their 10th elimination. Brothers SA also finished overall first over the 5-week schedule, so they definitely are capable of with bringing it back, sitting at the very top potentially. But it all matters now on the final halfway through to the 6-game grand final format of a 12,000 Rand prize pool event. Honestly, anything is still possible. The story hasn't been completely closed off. We'll see exactly what that is going to be looking like. But when we're looking right now at the likes of Extreme Juniors, they find themselves just constantly rotating deep in zone. 25 players remain over there. We do see the likes of Nick getting eliminated as well over there. We're down to Rory, who's a solo player right here, needing to rotate and find himself into the safe zone. And he's going to try take this at a different angle than where the action was being displayed. So right now, NB Drax and them, they've had a decent game yet again. We're seeing 12 eliminations come into play. That is going to be another count of elimination for this team. And Pinky doing the best that he can in terms of distance.
Lakavala Esports, they will be getting eliminated here. Outlaw Noob, you'll be sitting with elimination. Normally, teams have been sent back to the league. It's not looking for these players. I don't think surprised.
NJ right now being Namjugo, they're alive, and I think, you know what, also picking up a lot of the eliminations, sitting on 14 kills, a good kill count. Everyone is like waking up. We've got 14 kills on Brothers SA, 14 kills on Namjugo, we got 13 kills on NB. So much kill counts from the players going down and then getting rebooted or brought back into the map yet again. So right now, the kill count across the 3 teams that are dominating this game is going to potentially be a 3-way fight for victory. And we see 2 players immediately from Brothers SA go down, and a third potentially joining in as Brother Sneaky looks very low on HP, trying to find himself in a building. He can't get there in time. LedX and as well as Jaxie gets taken down, and immediately we're down to 1 single player being Windy, and he gets eliminated from the map, and Brothers SA is out and dusted. We are Namjugo right here, who are now sitting on so many eliminations, who are potentially going up against NB. We can't give NB a back-to-back win, and we're already seeing Yaren getting taken out. On the likes of the players coming out from Extreme Juniors, you only got 1 solo. Rap play coming in play over there. Got Aaron, Kenny, SA, Drax, Pinky pushing aggressively on opponents, but Drax gets taken out at a rotate play for an elimination count, and we can see Kenny SA trying to push in, trying to give himself a revive on his opponent, and that is going to work out in favor for him. Guess who's sitting all the way at back with the sniper? It's going to be Aaron upsetting the opposition's Namjugo. We see again 9 going down, and WLC trying to get a revive for there, but it isn't going to work out. Nitro is all getting eliminated. It's down to a solo player from Namjugo. Yaren, who's left alone as a solo, he gets taken out. That means just like that, we're seeing so many of these players out, and Extreme Juniors Leo Knox happy to take that 2nd place. It is a back-to-back boo-ha for this team. And honestly, like Zeno, when we're looking at the performance, the way the aggression plays coming in, Kenny going in for that revive in a tough situation, placing that glue down, and immediately find himself picking up his team. But Kenny, God, Aaron, Drax, and Pinky, unstoppable. We're looking at, what's that, 23 eliminations?
23 kill points. 3 games in a row, they've dropped well over 70 KP. This is now officially a race for 2nd place, as the Outlaw Noobs will be taking a map 3 victory, their 2nd victory in a row, back-to-back victory. 1st game, 2nd place, 2nd game, booyah, 3rd game, booyah, all games 20 plus kills. It is insanity coming from these players.
like, Zeno, do you get to see this on the regular? Because man, the action is so beautiful.
Honestly, no.
No,
From NB, like the gameplay is usually one or the other. It's either they're getting what we're seeing today, just absolutely insane. Everybody's on flow, or they're just having one player that's fragging and the rest of them are just struggling to keep up with that one player. But I'm glad that everybody's locked in today, especially because it's the grand finals for the ACGL Grand Tournament. They did grind for 5 weeks. The gameplay seems consistent, sort of. So let's get it moving. Let's get to the fourth map. Let's see what the second half of the day has in store for us. Will NB be able to maintain this level of aggression? Will the other teams wake up? Because we did see Brothers SA also put up 14 elimination. We did see them Jogo, another team that I did say is also known to frag, put up a lot of eliminations. So are we going to see those teams finally match and possibly overtake them Jogo? Or sorry, Outlaw Noobs, or will we be seeing Outlaw Noobs still dominating and these teams are struggling to catch up and go for second place?
well, we're gonna have to wait and see, guys. But we're taking a little bit of a short break while we're going to game number 4. So don't go anywhere as we set up that leaderboard and give you guys an update. 3 games, 60 plus kills, 2 victories coming out from a single team. That is going to be Outlaw Noobs. But game number 3 had a balance of a performance across 3 teams. Nomjugo, who obviously came in there to dominate, where they picked about 15 eliminations. And then we also had the likes of Extreme Juniors with a second place position. But it was honestly very fair. And when we look at the leaderboard right now, Outlaw Noobs is the winners of 6,000 Rand. No, I'm joking. We're not going to celebrate that just yet. But Nomjugo coming in second, Extreme Juniors in third, with only 1 point difference between second and third, and then 2 point difference between third and fourth. Brothers SA with 42, Fearless and Sons with 28, Vent Esports in 6 with 27, All-Star Niger in 7 with 25, Next Esports in 8 with 21. So much more opportunity, but this just shows that it only takes 1 game here, to and you like in the fighting mix for the leaderboard. Because I mean, we looked at the leaderboard just before game 3 finished. Brothers SA was sitting in 6th place, but now push into prize pool fighting area, and the gap between 4th and 6th is now starting to grow a lot more larger. Because why? Eliminations matter, placement matters, and that's what these 3-4 teams are doing. Outlaw Noobs obviously doing it perfectly. They are evening. We've seen this before in an ACGL where a team in a grand finals area is just dominating, and they've done it yet again. 107 points in 3 games is absolutely beautiful.
It is absolute chaos and just madness coming from this one team. They started off very strong. Are they going to be able to finish strong? Because the distance between them and the second place, they're consistently keeping it well above 50 points. But we saw 2 teams wake up. Brothers SA and Nomjugo, when they started putting up eliminations, if they're able to maintain this level of consistency, they could easily close that distance, because we still have 3 more matches to go. So in 3 games, they could easily close the distance and maybe, just maybe, take away that guaranteed first spot. Because so currently, if it was a 3-game split, it's over. That's 6,000 Rands going to the Outlaw Noobs. But there's still 3 more games to be decided to see what team walks away with that 6 grand. But top 4 teams will be getting a split of the 12K prize pool. Do not go anywhere, as the 4th map is underway and the players will be diving straight in. First place will be going to it 6,000 Rand, as said earlier. Second place will be going with a cool 3,000 Rand. In third place, 1,800 Rand, and fourth place will be going home with 1,200 Rand. That is big numbers coming in from ACGLs. Constantly getting bigger, constantly getting better. The community grows every single time I get the chance to come back as a commentator. And I'm joined with my new best friend, Iro. So, but what can I say? Everything's going pretty great this side. Can't wait to see what map 4 has in store for us. Iro, what are your thoughts so far?
Honestly, like if you're looking at it over 3 games, 105 points, 107 points. You're looking at 107, and we're looking at second place with 45 points. If they do the same performance over 3 games, then they still win the tournament still. So you're looking at another additional 45 over 3 games. You're only sitting at 90 points. That doesn't come close to the first place position. Outlaw Noobs don't need to sweat anymore. They can just be picking up 1 or 2 eliminations there and there. Have fun with the tournament right now. But second, third, fourth, they still have something that they need to fight for, and that's the prize pool. Because fourth to second is an additional 1,800 Rand that you could potentially be walking away with if you finish in that second place position. So honestly, Outlaw Noobs, I think they are your victors. I don't see how they're able to fumble the bag, especially if they're sitting at double the points as second. And if 3 games is what second means, 45 points, then they can't. No one can get close to that consistency level that Outlaw Noobs have done. Hello?
What just happened? Are we still in?
Don't think so. Reggie?
Reg? Uh due to a little bit of PC problems, technical issues, we have to miss map 4, but the scores will be updated regardless. It is going to be a quick break. I'm never going to lie to you, it's not a quick break, it's a very long break. So we will be taking quite some time till map 5. We will be back at map 5, but do take a break, take a chill pill, relax. Let's see what team come out on top when no one's watching, because the consistency happens when no one is actually watching. So we'll be back shortly. Lonely, take a break, go get a tea.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 games done and dusted out of the ACGL grind. We are going to be jumping into game number 5, but before we do that, I believe we do have an updated leaderboard on what went down in game number 4. We're looking at Outlaw Noobs, where they only picked up 5 or 6 points in total for game number 4, and that is because Outlaw Noobs got eliminated as the second team in the map. Extreme Juniors pick up 30 odd points. They are sitting now at 70. Brothers S8 at 69 in third. Nomjugo in fourth with 59. Fearless and Sons in fifth with 47. Bent Esports in sixth with 34. Everyone else on the second page of that leaderboard needs to do a little bit more work if they want to find themselves nearing that top 4 placement points, where that prize pool of 12,000 Rand is going to be shared. Right now, Outlaw Noob still sitting comfortably with a good lead over Extreme Juniors. But now I think, Zeno, we maybe might have a race depending on the consistency that might go into game number 5. Does Extreme Juniors pick up another 30-point game? Does Outlaw Noobs get eliminated off spawn? It all depends on consistency and the RNG going into game number 5.
Let's see what game number 5 has in store for the players. It's going pretty great so far for the Outlaw Noobs. Unfortunate for them that they were unlucky to get second team to be eliminated, but that is pretty good for everyone else. As you see them, Jogo really climbing up on the leaderboard there. Brothers SA also doing pretty solidly there. The top 4 is now 5. It looks like if Jogo can get, if Outlaw Noobs can get eliminated early in this game again, we're gonna have another team still try to steal that top spot from them, because it's only 30 points between number 2 and number 1 now. The distance is getting a lot smaller. It was 50 for 2 games. Now it's just 30 or I think 40 points to get there. I can't wait to see what the next match has in store for us. Do not go anywhere. The match is starting right now.
So we'll see exactly what that means for Outlaw Noobs. I think, a 10-point game, they'll be fine because they already have that 40-point lead. But depending on how the consistent second and third can be, then it starts to be a threat for Outlaw Noobs. But right now, I think still very much comfortable in that first place position. We'll see exactly what that is going to be looking like. But everyone else on the second page, they still hope if you do what Outlaw Noobs did in the beginning, and that's drop 220 bombs back to back, then you get a 40 game plus and you manage to find yourself in the top 4 position and walking away with a share of 12,000 Rand. But there's only 2 more games left at hand. Game number 5, which is going to be currently played right now, and game number 6.
Let's see what game number 5 has in store for us. This is the second to the last game that will be played. So the players are definitely going to come in with a lot of aggression. Can they actually match up with what the Outlaw Noobs have been putting down from the start, or will they be getting fully wiped by everyone that no, I don't even know what's going on, to be honest. Let's
see exactly what that will be looking like. But here is game number 5 jumping in. All-Star Niger, Timmy Thor and Reaper just about to get onto that plane and then go into the map position. But right now, 47 players, full lobby in essence, are jumping into game number 5. And we are seeing Crossroads be the point of drop. And we'll see exactly where that plane will go. They'll go all the way again past the mill. And right now, players are jumping out from the battle bus or the plane, if you want to say that. Guys, I'm a Fortnite commentator. I will say battle bus. I will say victory royales. But the action from FreeFire, definitely so much more worth it than a Fortnite commentary. I'll choose this any day than a Fortnite commentary, because mid-game, off-spawn, end game, there is bloodbaths galore.
The players definitely going back to back, pound for pound. It is absolute insanity. We did have a bit of technical issues, so game 4 was unable to be streamed, but we are back in with game number 5, and we will be going in with these ones. The standings for game number 4 has been updated. Outlaw Noobs did get eliminated rather early, unfortunately for them here. But we're back on Purgatory for the 5th map for today. Who comes out with a victory as Faz OP are currently taking a lot of damage. 2 players currently eliminated. Will they be getting eliminated here, or is this... do they have a chance to actually make it back into this game?
We'll see exactly what that means, but Dennis has done previously solo clutch buybacks, so it is very, very possible. Valo Esports find himself also in an off-spawn position at Crossroads, and right now just passively waiting for the opportunity to pick up a knock, or will they find the short end of a stick and get eliminated? We'll have to wait and see exactly what that is going to be looking like for the team. But right now, the team Extreme Juniors, I think, when it comes down to comeback plays, they've honestly worked so well in doing that, finding himself now in a battle potential position for first place. But that all depends on the gameplay that is going to come out from Outlaw Noobs. Do they find themselves sort of dying early, and then the likes of Extreme Esports as well as Extreme Juniors as well as the likes of Numjugo taking advantage of that? Or is Outlaw Noobs fixing the inconsistency for game number 4 and finding himself very aggressive? We'll have to wait and see what that story is going to be like.
Brothers SA is a team to look out for, as they are picking up a lot of eliminations and they are climbing that leaderboard fast. Then Jogo as well are also doing the same thing, but they're currently down by a single player with a single eliminations. Ledex will put 2 eliminations on the board to take his team up to 3 eliminations total.
Right here, Nomjugo again find himself needing to be brought back. Nitro sees an opponent in bird's view, waiting for the perfect opportunity to catch him sleeping, but he takes massive damage down to 62 HP, 41, just about to get eliminated, but the movement comes in here. Nick does manage to clutch that out, but unfortunately Darky comes into play and gets the knock on the opponent, driving him over. But we are seeing WLC come into play to try clutch up right now, and that is going to be quite tough. Down to 145 HP, placing the glues, working in favor for him, and still going to get the revive. Absolutely beautiful.
Walcott from Jogo coming in with an absolute clutch there to save his teammate and get the squad wipe there. I think that will be the end for Armageddon, if I'm not mistaken, actually. But so far, it's looking pretty... Oh, Armageddon, they survived. They got the revives, and Vent Esports and the All-Stars were the first 2 teams to be getting eliminated. Rather unfortunate for them, but that's just how the cookie crumbles in these finals. It is the final 2 maps to be played. Actually, it's almost the last map that's going to be played now, so the stakes are a lot higher. A lot of the teams know exactly where they stand, and some of the teams are still trying their best to get into that top 1 position. They're very close, but yet still so far. As long as they can get Outlaw Noobs eliminated early, they can they can have a better chance. Not easily, but they have a better chance of actually making it into that top 1 position there.
Armageddon, Hunter down, Lowick coming into play, a revive on Hunter as well, and some good damage on distance over there. But WLC again coming to the clutch play, taking Darky out over there, and we can see a buyback coming into play for, or a revive or something coming into play for Darky over there. NB on the other side of things, just comfortably chilling and not even rotating. They're just sitting ducks here, waiting for players to go down, waiting for teams to get eliminated, and then pick up some eliminations at the end game.
The Armageddon, is the effort too little too late though? Because they're in the 5th map for today. If they're finally giving us a performance now, is it worth it though? If you ask me, I'd say yes still, because they're showing that even regardless of where they stand on the leaderboard, they're finally giving us a show. They're finally showing us how they made it into the top 12. And we all want to see that. That's what we wanted to see from the start. I hope the next time we get to see them, they're going to be a lot more relaxed from the start to give us a more consistent show. But a lot of the players are waking up. Nemjogo Brothers SA are two teams that we have to watch out for, as they're both teams that have gone double digits and gone fairly close to 20 eliminations in these matches.
Let's look at it. Fearless and Sons also in that top 6 position. We've got JP who's been taken out, but easily can be brought back into fighting position. 37 players remaining. Do we have any confirmed squads that have been out and dusted from the map 5? We're looking at it right now. It is going to be 2 teams. We've got VT being Vent Esports, and then ASN being All Star Niger, who have been outed and dusted from the game number 5.
Two strong teams going out early. But every team here is a strong team regardless. But 2 teams going out early, I did not expect that, especially since we just saw them make into the top 6. I thought we were going to get a much better performance from them in these final 2 matches to push themselves maybe to the top 4, or just maybe to push themselves to the number 4 position and enter the winning pocket. But it seemed like that was not the case for them in this lobby. Will they be able to stay in the final match, or just if they're able to drop 20, are they going to make it into the top 4, or will they be staying eliminated and just maybe stay at number 6 or 5 in the final leaderboard? Next, esports will be with 3 eliminations. They also need to pick up eliminations, as they haven't been putting up the best numbers, but they've still been somewhat consistent with their gameplay.
Yes, they still have been consistent with their gameplay. But Snipe, I've seen, like, the qualifying rounds with Snipe was so good. We're seeing some long range shots that, gave him the advantage over the opposition players. But I don't see Snipe today. I haven't seen him in the kill feeds, on the ladder, picking up those long range shots and so forth. Ezio goes down, and what could that be? We're getting an immediate revive right over here. It's an uncontested fight. When I say uncontested, they didn't have the idea that they were going into a fight. Snipe goes down, Curse goes down. Ezio manages to pick up a knock over there, and that's really good. He also gets the confirmation on that over there. Curse gets confirmed. Snipe as well, just about to get. And it's Ezio with the triple kill, managing to clutch up for his team in a space where we thought he was going to get eliminated. But right now, Ezio trying to pick up even more eliminations, but it's down to bare minimum HP. He gets knocked, and that's going to be Aaron who comes into play over here.
The Outlaw Noobs are still proving to be menaces, but absolute insane performance coming in from Ezio just now. Manages to pick up those eliminations is definitely going to help his team, as L2K is already on his way to the moat house to get his teammates back into the game. Looking at map 4, actually, we're seeing Outlaw Noobs get eliminated for 11th place, but they had 6 eliminations. They're absolutely running it down with the frags today. This is insane performance coming in from these players.
Insane performances indeed coming out from these guys over here. Armageddon still alive, still fighting, trying to bring back something. If it's just a little bit of pride to say we're playing to the very end, then so be it. But right now, as they stand, it is the 5th game. Not much you can do unless you're Outlaw Noobs with the 20 kill back-to-back, and as well as finding yourself in that top 3 finishing areas of a map.
Looking at Extreme Juniors, they will be taking a bit of damage here, taking a zone fight. Leo will be bringing himself back up. It is quite an interesting play, actually. Are they going to be able to get out of the zone? Because the zone is getting smaller. The pressure is going to get a lot worse, especially for them. For Leo, it doesn't seem like he has enough medkits to go around, as he's still been less than 100 HP the whole time. Even after stopping, he finally pops a medi, and that is going to push him back up to stay in this fight. Because anyone that spots him now has a higher chance of securing a kill than they would against any other person.
Dennis the Menace, honestly coming through right now with some clutch plays on LZ, RB, and Suspito, bringing them into fighting position. Roro High goes down, Hiruro also goes down, and we're seeing right now Onkolos looking like he's just about to get eliminated as well. But it all now relies on him for Valo Esports to find them competing in game number 5 with a sort of rap play. But he's going deeper into the zone, if I'm not mistaken.
Going deeper in the zone, definitely trying to get his teammates back in, or just stop that one revive that's going off there. It is the riskiest of plays. High risk, is the reward worth it though? The zone is a lot smaller now. There's very little loot to go around, and it is in a more open spot than they would actually like, so they're not going to have that much real estate to actually find decent enough weapons to engage in the fight, because most buildings will already be taken over, and already we have teams already bunkering down in them there. Minus the fact that his teammates might not get enough loot, is he going to be able to have enough medkits to come back to the zone in one piece? He will get eliminated. Unlucky for him. Is that the end for Valor Esports, as I-Thought Esports have been eliminated, bowing out with a total of 6 eliminations? Extreme Juniors will be putting up 8 eliminations on the board here, and they are doing pretty solidly for themselves here, actually.
Right now, Extreme Juniors in a good position, good high plays that they can come through, good connection on that grenade as well. And then we've seen Ray picking up a knock, and it is going to be Next Esports who are going to find themselves in a little bit of a pickle. Leonox immediately getting revived over here, which is going to be a good position to fight. Right now, I think we might have had Next Esports completely out and dusted, and it does look like there's other players that is in the fighting vicinity, and that's going to be Dennis, LZ, NB, as well as Suspito, who are in this position right here. So we'll see exactly what that's going to be looking like. But only 3 eliminations here for LZ and Dennis, where they've contributed now to the team. We've got DN being Faz OP, and honestly, they can pick up a good game if played out really well. There's 12 players remaining.
Top 3 teams will be teams we haven't seen in the top 3 in a long time. Unlucky for Armageddon, they will be getting eliminated, putting us to a 4v4 between Faz OP and Extreme Juniors. Which one of them will be getting their first win for today? Both teams are they haven't been having the best of days, but they're finally having a chance to shine. In a 4v4 scenario, who comes out on top?
4v4 situation, we're going to have to see about what strategic gameplays are going to come into play for these guys over here. But we can see already Faz OP losing one of their players, and then Extreme Juniors are doing the most. Now, Leonox, Sazio Ray, Sharon picks up a quadra kill right over there. Zello still alive as well, and they are sitting on good, decent amounts of eliminations. Zello, however, he goes down. Ray's also looking to pick up some Nox plays, getting some good damage, and Leonox goes into the building. They pick up those kills over there. LZ looking to get knocked. Dennis left alone with a little bit of HP, and I might have just seen the boo-ha come out from Extreme Juniors, and that's exactly what they needed. We didn't see Outlaw Noobs in this endgame. Could the race for victory sort of be in a position now where the points from Extreme Juniors that they've just gotten in this game could mean so much? That is
16 eliminations from the Outlaw Noobs. So I said Outlaw. I don't know why I said Outlaw Noobs. 16 eliminations from the Extreme Juniors to take map 5 victory, their very first victory for today, which is well deserved. Outlaw Noobs got eliminated for 7th. They only finished with 5 eliminations this game. It feels like the RNG is finally shifting away from their favor, and they are slowing down. They maxed out all their lock stats in the first 3 games, and it is currently showing. They just need to hope this final game is going to be enough to keep them in that top 1, because Extreme Juniors are dangerously close to them. That was one team from the start I said we need to look out for when it comes to eliminations. Looking at the roster now, Brothers SA is just a revamped Just Try roster. So they're also a team we need to look out for. Are they going to be in the top 4? Most definitely we might have just seen the top 4 teams confirmed. Outlaw Noobs still need to step up. Extreme Juniors need to keep the foot on the gas for this final game and just try to go beyond a little bit more to secure that grand crash prize. It's 3 a.m. My brain is falling. It's shutting down. It's shutting down. Holy.
Okay, well, guys, while Zeno's brain is shutting down, we're going to be taking a little bit of a short break while we set up game number 6, the finale of the grand final. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere, as we will be announcing who will win and become the grand title champion of ACGL Grind. Don't go anywhere. Guys, it has been an amazing 5 games of a pure entertainment. Well, 4 because we missed game 4. But still, other than that, it's been absolutely amazing. The leaderboard has been cracked. It's been a one-way performance coming out from Outlaw Noobs. I'm hoping we might get a story on a race title going into the 6th game. But for us to actually see, we need to look at that leaderboard. And man, oh my, it's slightly a race. Only 24-point difference between first and second. But to close that gap, Extreme Juniors needs to pick up 20 plus eliminations and hope that Outlaw Noobs also gets eliminated in an earlier positioning. But with the way things have been playing for Outlaw Noobs, I think just a passive play and 5 eliminations, 6 eliminations, they should be good. Zeno, talk us through this. What would it mean for Extreme Juniors to actually take that first place position?
For Extreme Juniors to take this first place position, they would need to drop a consistent at least 18 eliminations and a win to get themselves into this game, into that top 1 position. But it doesn't seem like that will be the easiest thing to pull off right about now, especially against the Outlaw Noobs. Outlaw Noobs have currently been playing a bit more passively. I wonder why. It's either they're choosing to play passively or they just absolutely been getting rolled by the RNG gods. And it is definitely not what they want to happen in this final match. We will be heading to Alpine for the final game. Who will come out with the victory is still yet to be decided. Extreme Juniors is the team everyone is definitely rooting for right now, because nobody wants to watch a finals where one team is just dominating. We want to see all the teams that fought for 5 weeks have their time to shine, basically, and see who's better. But let's see how the games will be playing out, as I'm genuinely excited to see what this final match has in store. It's been 5 weeks. It's been a lot of streams. What is going to be the reward now for these players?
The reward is going to be the prize pool, man. The bragging rights. All of that combined into one sweet package for the top 4 players right over there. You know, to be the top 4 teams in Africa and consistently, I think like for the likes of Brothers SA, Just Try Esports, they, if I'm not mistaken, they were the team to do exactly what Outlaw Noobs is doing today. And Brothers SA find themselves with 3 men down. It's only down to Jaxie, who's now looking to maybe disengage, but can he get out of battle just in time? And they can't, and Brothers SA gets eliminated off spawn, where they were at a fighting chance of a top of 4 position. It does look like Fearless and Sons, with only about 17-point difference, have an opportunity to sneak their way into that top 4 and walk away with prize money.
Brothers SA will be unfortunately bowing out early in this final match. They had decent numbers, actually. They were sitting at 76 points. If they're unlucky, they're gonna have another team that's, unless it's not in the top 6, find their way to push them out of that top 6, that number 3 position. But they just need to hope Nemjogo will be getting eliminated early. Outlaw Noobs, unluckily, will be loaded in with only 3 players. Will this be what they need? Is this what they want to happen right now?
Yeah, so Brothers SA 76 points, Namjugo 69, and Fearless and Sons with 51. Fearless and Sons would need a 20-point or 30-point game in order to kick out Brothers SA from the top 4 position. But Namjugo now have an opportunity to finish top 3 of the tournament if they manage to pick up a 8-point game or 7-point game on top of Brothers SA. So right now that leaderboard is going to be changing quite ever so slightly towards the end of game number 6. Outlaw Noobs 122, Extreme Juniors 98. Yo, honestly, it's possible, but like you'd have to be your level best in terms of Extreme Juniors coming in with some gameplay.
Nemjogo, they might be on the cusp of getting eliminated here, as they are down by 2 players here. They will be getting those 2 pickups rather easily here. If they get eliminated, it will mean that the Brothers SA have guaranteed their number 3 spot on this leaderboard. But Nemjogo will still stay kicking, and they will still stay fighting in this game. Currently putting up 5 points already. They are definitely coming for the brothers here.
This is a really good position for them. They're getting 1 point per kill. They're already sitting on 5. They need about 7 just to pass Brothers SA. So they chilling. They got that. I think they secured that 3rd place position because placement points also starts to kick in from 10th place, and we've gotten 1 confirmed squad out and dusted from this. 2 confirmed squads out and dusted from this. So we got 6 points confirmed for Nomjugo, and they just need about 2 more just to bypass the likes of Brothers SA.
But the All-Stars will be taking a lot of damage. They will be getting eliminated to a single player. Timmy will be getting shut down as the All-Stars will be getting sent back to the lobby here. Unfortunate for them, but that will be the end of them on the ACGL grind for this season. Fearless and Sons, however, will be down to 2 players, and they are socially distancing as they are pretty far from one another. And that does make sense. Spraying pretty far, and they will get their teammates back in. But usually that is a very risky style of play because what if both players get jumped by 2 different teams? They have to 1v4, and it's highly unlikely that they both win that first those engagements clearly.
Yeah, highly unlikely, but we'll see exactly what that means. How the decision, the strategy, the positioning, the RNG, the opportunity as well will mean for these guys.
29 players left in this game. The zone is getting smaller. The pressure's going to get a lot worse now. It is 2 eliminations for Gara right now with the R12 Esports. That's the only 2 eliminations team will get. Deadshot will be going down. Can he get him back up? He will be getting that pick up rather quickly here. Skylar goes down for the walls. Skylar and a wall breaker. They do not want these men having any bit of cover here. The R12 Esports team will still stay strong. They will still stay. And if Jogo gets almost wiped here, again, is the last man standing for his team. Can he get them back in? It is a risky, very risky move to walk into that revive point. So he has to hope he has enough buy coins to go into a buy point to buy at least one of his teammates back in before taking the risk of running that revive point in, because that is going to be a bright light telling everyone, look at me, I am stranded without teammates. Come get a final elimination here. Supreme will be getting a knock on Snipe. Next Esports are also another team that have not been having a good game. The two teams facing off against each other today did not have the best of games. Vent Esports and Next Esports, both heavy hitting teams on regular days, are not just getting absolutely dominated in this lobby.
In this lobby,
they will lose 1, they will lose 2. They had a revive go down, but it is not going, and they will still get more revive. How much motion did they have? They're literally telling Vent, let's go band for band. If you knock, we buy them back. It does not matter how much eliminations you get. We still have enough motion to get them back in the game, and that is absolutely insane plays coming in from Next Esports. Valor Esports, however, will be down to just a single player. And Kolos might be getting eliminated here. He is stuck in a 1v1. Does he win this? Can he push up? It doesn't seem like he doesn't have enough blue wall to do that, but he will be forcing the fight with that VSS regardless.
When it comes down to it, it was just so unfortunate to see the way Snipe was taken out over there. He just doesn't look like he's in it today. Snipe, I enjoyed his qualifying games where he was showing us exactly what he's capable of, living to his name, you know. But losing the getting knocked the way he did now, that was very unfortunate. Yeah. We got NB going into this game as a trio as well, so they don't have a full squad going into the final game. And I mean, if we're already looking at the likes of Extreme Juniors, they were also looking quite heavy in terms of eliminations, if I'm not mistaken. NBA, however, sitting on 2, which is really good as a trio, but they're extending that lead, and as well as already down to half the player base on the leaderboard. Here's Extreme Juniors sitting on 8 eliminations right there. They need a 30-point game just to catch up, and then the likes of NBA also getting eliminated from the lobby. But right now, as things stand, it's looking really, really strong for Extreme Juniors, and I'll give them the MVP over the likes of Outlaw Noobs, because to come back from not performing in game number 1 to sort of seeing them in this position. Who won game number 1? Was it Extreme Juniors?
Fearless and Sun secured map number 1. In second game, we had Outlaw Noobs. Game 3, we had Outlaw Noobs. But by game 3, that's when we saw Extreme Juniors and Brothers SA kind of wake up and just get back into the action and start putting up really insane numbers of eliminations here. But they still need to cross this last hurdle. Will they be able to pull up that 30 game that they need? And they also need to get Outlaw Noobs out of the game, because Outlaw Noobs, as much as RNG is no longer in their favor and they've not been having the best of placements, they're still not slowing down on eliminations. They're currently sitting with 4 eliminations as a 3-stack. Valor Esports will be down to just Onkolos yet again. Can he get his teammates back in this time, or will he be getting eliminated here?
Let's see what that means. But I mean, like, as it stands right now, the gap between Outlaw Noobs as well as Extreme Juniors is staying really the same, because they're picking up almost the same amount of eliminations inside a single game, down to 18 players. We got Nomjugo, who are comfortably going to be in a 3rd place position, managing to pick up more than enough points to bypass Brothers SA. Brothers SA now sitting in 2nd place. Fearless and Sons, are they still in fighting position for this game around? Does look like they have been eliminated.
Taking a look at the previous matches that haven't played, Fearless and Sun securing a map 1 victory with NB coming in 2nd place. NB took a map 2 victory, but one thing we failed to overlook, we're seeming to overlook, is that Extreme Juniors were placing 2nd that game. Outlaw Noobs take map 3 and Extreme Juniors place 2nd still. Extreme Juniors will take map 4 and map 5 if they're able to do this on map 6. They have 3 games under their belt. If they put up 20 eliminations in this game, that should very much be enough for them to get that victory.
20 eliminations, and hopes that Outlaw Noobs do get eliminated now. But we're already at 15 players remaining. It does look like part of that 15 is going to be that odd number of Outlaw Noobs in a fighting position for endgame. Nomjugo also still fighting here, which is really good. It's good to see. We got the rap play coming out from the likes of IT. Which is ITEL Esports. I was looking for the name.
ITEL Esports will be down to a single player. Is Yoxix going to be able to get his teammates back, or will he fight properly to get that knock? He will be getting the knock in a wow.
Double kill.
Whoa, bro is picking up those eliminations in a very Apex fashion elimination style. He's 3rd partying and he is picking it up well, because these players are already battling the zone. They're not expecting someone to hit them with a sniper, but Aaron will catch him lacking and send him back to the lobby there.
Extreme Juniors down 1 man. Sazio Ray, Zello, and Sharon now rotating to the safe zone, and that is going to be a good jump into it. They find themselves natural cover behind a brick, but I don't think good positioning for this team, as they now need to still push further on, and they will be going up against the 3-stack Outlaw Noobs, who find themselves sitting with 10 eliminations at hand, and that's 10 points on top of what they've done over the last games over there. It's absolutely beautiful to see Outlaw Noobs go in where game 4 and game 5 were not favorable for them, but they are going to finish just the way they started, and that's going to be a strong finish indeed. We do got Armageddon finally showing up in an endgame perspective, where they find themselves also part of this final 13 players remaining. So it's Extreme Juniors, Outlaw Noobs, and as well as the likes of Nomjugo and Armageddon, who will do a 4-way fight for the Buha. Who wins the final game and just takes that victor with them? We'll have to wait and see exactly what that's going to be looking like.
It's honestly so funny seeing them juggle still alive. As you know, they've taken that 3rd spot from the Brothers, and the Brothers just have to hope that no team is able to pick up enough points to push them out of the cash zone, because they were barely in it. And if any of the teams I think Fearless and Sons have been eliminated as well, so they should. The Brothers should be relaxing a little bit more, actually. There's no way Valor Esports is going to pick up enough points to go up to 76 in this game. They've not been dropping the most consistent games, and I think they loaded as a 3-stack still, so they're taking a lot of damage and do not have numbers already. But Dark Eagle going down, Levax will be going down as well from the Armageddon squad. Armageddon are taking a lot of damage from Nemjogo, as Nemjogo are putting shots on them even deep inside the ring. They're trying to gatekeep them as hard as possible. Then Nemjogo will be taking a lot of damage as well. 2 in the tail, 3 down, 1 man standing. Aaron will be sending them back to the lobby. Unlocked for Nemjogo. That will be the end of their run. They have definitely secured a spot, that number 3 spots from the Brothers Day. But who comes out? Are we going to have the Extreme Juniors take this map? Because that will definitely push them really high and might just give them that spot. Can they get that 30-point game that they need? Currently sitting on a total of 12 points. They still need to pick up a lot of eliminations and possibly a revive. But if wishes were horses, a lot of people will be riding. That is not going to be in the card for them here. 7 players left. 3v3v1. It's a 3-on-3 scenario. Outlaw Noobs versus Extreme Juniors. Who comes out with a victory? Number 1 on the leaderboard versus number 2. It is quite literally anyone's game.
It is anyone's game right now as it stands, and just seen a 3-stack team go to the very end of game number 6, in which is a very stressful game on a race, a title. We do got Extreme Juniors who've made an exceptional comeback game, but now find themselves going up against the challenges of this tournament that they found, where they were racing up against Aaron now on a rotate. Drax as Pearl as Pinky taking a little bit of damage there in the zone. As you can see, as they get ready for to rotate, Pinky goes down, immediate revive potentially coming in, but Drax can't sit furthermore into the zone as they're taking too much damage, and it does look like Extreme Juniors find themselves with the better positioning, managing to deal some damage across the board, and Zello getting overly confident, and it might come at a cost as he continues pushing in, and he is going to get knocked. Ray, however, now trying to take some shots in, or Sharon trying to take some shots in at distance, and that's not going to work. It's now going to be a 2v2 situation. Ray very close to your opponents in a close combat situation. Aaron taking some damage at distance. Drax looking like he's going to get taken down anytime soon, as Aaron has already been knocked, but Drax finding himself in between the glues, between a 2v1 situation, and it does look like Extreme Juniors are going to be taking this one over here. Drax, however, answering to some bullets across the opposition players, healing in momentarily, but it's all about positioning and movement coming in from Drax, and he isn't going to be able to do much. The nades, the plays, and Ray wins this one over here. Now, the boo-ha to the team, but this is going to be a GG. We're going to see exactly what that's going to be looking like in terms of the leaderboard, picking up
27 points. Picked up 27 points to close out the final match. Extreme Juniors will come in first place. Outlaw Noobs will come in second for a total of 15 points, 15 KP as well. In third place, we have, for the first time actually, Armageddon with 5 eliminations. That is a masterful performance coming in from all the players. If only Extreme Juniors started off today very strong. If they did not wait till map 3 to get into the games, they would have definitely given us a better, it would have been a lot more competitive for the overall standing for everyone now. Let's see what final scores look like and see what team is taking that number 1, 2, 3, and 4 to go home with 12,000 rands.
Honestly, beautiful plays. My MVP, most VIP team has to be Extreme Juniors. I mean, the way they played the final round or the second half of that tournament was absolutely perfect. They were very consistent throughout. And then Nomjugo as well, man. If you also look at it, they also woke up at the same time as Extreme Juniors, but Extreme Juniors was just a lot more advanced and more competitive in their field. But again, guys, Outlaw Noobs came today with absolute fire, finishing 5th on the overall standings over 5 weeks. But to show up on the grand finals day with the performance that they gave, 105 points in 3 games, is absolutely record-breaking right over there. And then you only had 45 points going into second place after 3 games, but a good catch-up game came out from Extreme Juniors, came out from Namjugo, but it wasn't a lot out from Namjugo. Brothers SA potentially finishing 4th over there. Fearless and Sons, unfortunately, did also get eliminated quite early that game. So that was very, very unfortunate. I was looking for a favorable Fearless and Sons to sort of just come in and maybe sweep up that 4th place position, but they did get eliminated in a similar fashion as Brothers SA. But Namjugo, potential 3rd, Extreme Junior 2nd, and 1st place being Outlaw Noobs. We'll see exactly what that leaderboard is looking like right here. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your ACGL Grind Champion title for Free Fire is going to be Outlaw Noobs with an outstanding performance of 146 points. But coming in 2nd is going to be Extreme Juniors with 125. Namjugo in 3rd with 87. Brothers SA in 4th with 77. And Fearless and Sons in 5th with 56. Armageddon moving from 12th place from the entire tournament to now 6th place, where they were finishing on that first half with 51. Absolutely GG's to these teams, but the top 4 walking away with a share of a 12,000 Rand. That means Outlaw Noobs is 6,000 Rand richer today. We got Extreme Juniors 3,000 Rand richer. 3rd going over to Namjugo. 4th going over to the likes of Brothers SA. And that is the ACGL Grind powered by Predator. A massive thank you to the sponsor of the event for making the 5-week schedule the most competitive it has been in a Free Fire space, and as well as to the viewers, the players, for spending that time every Thursday at 7 p.m. competing and spending their time in on a ACGL Grind. And honestly, it was so beautiful to watch the story behind it, and then Outlaw Noobs to absolutely steal it right over there. Zeno, what do you have to say about the experience?
Honestly, it has been a very wonderful experience seeing the players just evolve every time they come on screen. Seeing them some days one team is running it down. Today was just Outlaw Noobs' day. Usually we'd see a team like Brothers SA or Next Esports just absolutely dominating, but this time I'm surprised Outlaw Noobs actually came in with the fire that they did. Started strong in the first game, finished strong sort of, but towards the fourth and 5th game, they kind of slowed down a lot, getting eliminated rather early and just not putting up that much eliminations. It was still a very fun experience to see these players just come in and give us a masterful performance on the grand finals of ACGL Grind. I genuinely can't wait for the next season, and I hope we're going to be the ones commentating for it yet again, because I don't think I want to do this with anyone but that's not Iro.
Hey man, honestly, the vibes, the energy that we have is absolutely amazing. Co-casting alongside you on the Free Fire events by ACGL has been amazing. But Zeno, good things must come to an end. The 6 games being completed, done and dusted, and the 5-week schedule coming to a complete halt. Guys, I want to say thank you again to the viewers and as well as the players for spending their time. But not only that, guys, the ACGL, the behind the team admins that make this possible. A huge thank you to each and one of you. And of course, the broadcasters, Blank and as well as Reggie, for making an absolute show of a masterpiece. The production levels on this tournament has been ever so sweet. So thank you to them. But most importantly, thank you to ACGL and as well as Predator in making the ACGL Grind a Free Fire title a massive success. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. And for Zeno, a good morning to you.
I will be saying good night to everyone as I am going to pass out because my brain has been shutting down for the last 2 hours, but I finally get to shut down as we've ended the stream and ended the event, seeing everybody just give us quite the show. I honestly can't wait for the next event. Maybe I'm going to be featured on a different title. I'm just, broadcasters, make it happen. Oh my goodness.